Okay, so we had a nice pump over the last few days with Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptocurrencies based on a rumor that Amazon is going to start accepting Bitcoin by the end of this year. Now Amazon is coming and saying, no, we have no plans of accepting Bitcoin. So what is this going to do to the market? Well, this is what we're going to find out in today's episode. Let's get started. Okay, so first we're going to start with the market roundup, and we're going to look at what's currently happening. We have a kind of a pullback, which was expected. I must admit, if you watched my episode yesterday, you were probably already prepared for this because I analyzed the Bitcoin chart, and I will do that today as well. And today we're also going to look at Cardano and Chainlink and Uniswap and Litecoin, maybe XRP. We're going to see how much time we have. But first I want to start with the news about Amazon and how can this affect the Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto market. Well, as I reported yesterday, we had a report earlier on Monday by CTAM, which is a newspaper. It is given away for free in different subway stations in London, I should say tube stations rather than subway. And they also have a digital version, which is what I used as a source for my report yesterday. So they said that they quoted an insider, and it was apparently a leaked information about Amazon preparing to launch Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies on their platform, meaning that they will be accepting them for payments from customers. And also that rumor was based, first of all, on a job posting about Amazon hiring blockchain specialists and, people in the blockchain space. And one of the reasons is because they also want to look into perhaps developing their own cryptocurrency. Now, I personally always speculated that Amazon is looking into their own cryptocurrency rather than Bitcoin because they have been hiring blockchain specialists for quite some time. I mean, I tried to pull a few articles here, and unfortunately, the first 20 or more pages on Google are taken by news from the last 3 days about this job posting from the last 3 days. But there were job postings as early as 2017. So here we have an article from 2019 talking about Amazon hiring blockchain experts. There is an article here from 2018 also about that, but here we talk about the actual Amazon Web Services that are going to be using blockchain. Also, this is from 2018, all about Amazon's new blockchain service. This is in Investopedia, and here are Amazon and Apple testing blockchain technology. This is as far back as 2017. So it is true that Amazon, for the longest time, So it is true that Amazon for quite some time now have been hiring blockchain specialists to help them with different services, because Amazon is not just a shopping website. They also have the servers. Amazon servers are quite a big business and a big branch of the company. So this is actually where all of this blockchain talent was focused on in the past. Are they going to be developing their own cryptocurrency? Are they going to be implementing Bitcoin or other currencies? This is still remaining a question. I would personally say that even though they are saying that they have no plans, actually the actual statement reads, let me pull it up here. They say, notwithstanding our interest in the space, the speculation that has ensued about our specific plans for cryptocurrencies is not true, said a spokesman for Amazon. We remain focused on exploring what this could look like for customers shopping on Amazon. Again, it's kind of a rejecting the rumor, but at the same time, it is confirming it. They say that we remain focused on exploring what this could look like, meaning accepting cryptocurrencies, could look like for customers shopping on Amazon. I feel that the volatility of cryptocurrencies is still one of the big hurdles, one of the big reasons why Amazon has not yet started accepting Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. By the way, there is a website, I forgot the name of it, but if you are a fan of Bitcoin Cash, they partnered with a website, or maybe they launched a website where you can purchase different things from Amazon with Bitcoin Cash, BCH. And but you have to go through that third-party website. You don't do it directly from Amazon, but I think you can purchase, if you're in America, I think you can purchase pretty much anything that is on Amazon with Bitcoin Cash. So there are ways to already do this, but we really wait for Amazon to start accepting Bitcoin directly and other cryptocurrencies, which would be a game changer, because let's not forget that Amazon is one of the biggest if not the biggest e-commerce platforms. And of course, if they start accepting cryptocurrencies, this will be for the whole world. This will be a very strong message, very powerful. It will be on par with what Tesla did when they announced that they purchased 2 billion or 1.5 billion, what was it, worth of Bitcoin, and that they are holding it. This is actually another headline that I want to quickly mention here. So Tesla is confirming that they're still holding Bitcoin worth $1.3 billion. The company did not buy or sell any Bitcoin during the second quarter of this year, but recorded Bitcoin related impairment of $23 million. Tesla's action reaffirms Elon Musk's prior statement that neither he nor Tesla had sold their coins. If you remember, I reported on that during the B Word, which was that conversation he did with Jack Dorsey and a couple of other guests, where they were discussing the fundamentals of Bitcoin and why they all consider Bitcoin to be the future and to be really important as the internet money, as Jack Dorsey called it, CEO of Twitter and Square. So Elon Musk there commented that he's not pumping or dumping. He said, actually, I might pump, but I do not dump. This is a direct quote. And he also said that he's personally holding Bitcoin. Tesla, his company, is also holding Bitcoin, and that he's also holding a little bit of Ethereum and a little bit of Dogecoin. But by far, he said, the biggest holding of the cryptocurrencies for him is Bitcoin. And then he said that he's not really an investor. He only has stocks of Tesla and SpaceX, which are both his companies, and that he doesn't really invest in any other things. So this is what transpired from that talk, and this is reaffirmed here by Bitcoin.com, one of the websites that is putting out news out there. I mean, Bitcoin.com is not really my favorite source for news, because they often rely on kind of a FUD news about Bitcoin. Of course, they are big supporters of Bitcoin Cash, because Bitcoin.com owner Roger Ver is in fact one of the biggest proponents of Bitcoin Cash. So always I take whatever they write with a pinch of salt. Anyways, so another headline that I want to comment on here is that institutions, apparently, this is according to the Cointelegraph, are still offloading Bitcoin despite the spike in the price of Bitcoin. Or may I add here, maybe because of the spike in the price of Bitcoin, they feel now more comfortable to be offloading Bitcoin that they bought early at maybe below 30,000 price, which means that they are in profit, so they are locking in some profits. The article reports that in its July 26 Digital Asset Fund Flows report, CoinShares noted institutional crypto products have experienced outflows for the third consecutive week, with $28 million exiting the sector during the week ending in July 23rd. As such, this week saw a 170% increase in outflows compared to the $10.4 million for the previous 7 days. The findings revealed that Bitcoin-based funds saw the largest outflows, with 24 million or 85% of combined outflows from crypto products. Well, this is not very good, because if institutional investors are selling, then, and as we can see, they're selling in quite huge amounts, and the market is actually struggling to accumulate with the same speed, with the same volumes. And this is also why the price of Bitcoin is not really pumping that hard. I mean, we did have a good pump of 12% yesterday, and the previous day was another 2 or 3%. So overall, we've had some good days in the last 3 days. Actually, we've had some very good days. Overall, in the last week, actually, we're seeing Bitcoin pumping by 26% and Ethereum 28%. So these two coins experienced very good week on the 7-day chart. And also Cardano is up there 22%, Doge is up there 23%, Polkadot 30%, Uniswap 26%. So these coins are all benefiting from the bull run of Bitcoin. But Bitcoin today, as you can see, is 2% down, and it's dragging the market down with it. And as expected, the altcoins are doing poorly. They're doing worse than Bitcoin. Ethereum is down 4%. BNB is down 2.50. Cardano 5.49, so almost 5.5%. XRP is doing all right. Dogecoin 10% since yesterday. It's only 2 cents, guys. Yesterday Dogecoin was at 22 cents. Today is at 20 cents. It's only 2 cents, but that translates into 10% drop from yesterday. Polkadot is also 5%, and Uniswap is also 5%, and Litecoin is 5%. Bitcoin Cash is almost 5%, 4.5% in fact. So as you can see, we are currently still following what Bitcoin is doing. Bitcoin is dictating the market. Bitcoin goes up, the whole market goes up. Bitcoin goes down, the whole market goes down. No surprises here. Everything is following what Bitcoin is doing, and this is because when people are putting their money in crypto, they're looking at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is always the first one. Bitcoin is always leading. And then when they feel comfortable, and if Bitcoin is going sideways and it's not really doing much, people are looking for profits in altcoins, so that then they diversify. But when Bitcoin is doing bigger moves, typically money is coming back in Bitcoin, whether it's coming from altcoins or from stable coins or from fiat. It's going in Bitcoin during the big moves. And because we had a big move in Bitcoin, money went into Bitcoin. We saw that the Bitcoin dominance also went up by only 1%, but it did go up. And in fact, over the last few days, that percentage has been going up. It is now at 47% dominance, and we were at 43% just a week ago. We were at 45% after that. Now we are at 47%. So slowly but surely, the Bitcoin dominance is growing. And if Bitcoin starts making another strong bull run and starts pumping harder, I'm certain that the Bitcoin dominance will go back to 50 and maybe above, meaning that the majority of the capital is going to be concentrated in Bitcoin, and it's not going to be spread around that much, and altcoins are going to be struggling for a little bit. Of course, as Bitcoin settles at the price and starts consolidating sideways, that will allow altcoins to thrive again, because people are going to start moving money into altcoins. But for the time being, if people anticipate a strong move in Bitcoin, they move their money in Bitcoin. This is also what I'm doing, and I'm speaking from personal experience here. So no surprises that Bitcoin's dominance is growing. I'm actually surprised that it's growing slowly, because I would feel that if a strong Bitcoin move is coming, whether it's up or down, then it's definitely going to be bad for the altcoins, meaning that money shouldn't really be concentrated too much in altcoins. And as we can see, Bitcoin still holds less than half of the crypto market cap. So apparently many people are still feeling that we are in a out season, and that it's worth holding altcoins during these times. I have reduced my altcoin holdings, as I've shared with you already, and I'm more concentrated on Bitcoin right now. Of course, Ethereum and a few other altcoins that I have, but definitely I have shrunk my altcoins positions during this uncertain time. I'm going to wait for Bitcoin to make its move to actually go to 40, 45, 50,000. I'm going to see how it's going to respond to the resistances at these price ranges, and then I'm going to decide whether I'm going to diversify into more altcoins or just hold on to the altcoins that I currently have. Okay, a couple of other news before I move into the charts. Apparently, Ethereum is built to have a very bullish year, according to a price prediction poll made by Finder. I also quoted yesterday in a different report, different article, but they conduct these polls all the time. So it's interesting to see that the average price that the second ranked crypto asset by market capitalization will reach this year is about 4,500, according to the experts who were polled. The panel is also bullish about Ethereum in the long term, expecting the price to reach around $18,000 for the year 2025. Are you going to be holding until then? Well, I certainly am. And even though I always say that during bear markets, I'm not going to hold cryptocurrencies, as much as I do during a bull market, I never really exit all of my positions on Bitcoin or Ethereum. These are the only two coins that I'm holding long term. As I see a bear market starting, I exit positions from altcoins because they tend to drop significantly, and I'm talking more than 80%. A lot of them actually dropped by 90, 95, even 99%, some of these altcoins. Bitcoin and Ethereum are doing better, even though Ethereum did drop by 90% during the last bear market. Bitcoin dropped by 81 or 82%. I can't remember, but on top of my head, it was around 81% during the bear market. So definitely Bitcoin is preserving its value more than any of the other altcoins. So I'm never exiting all of my Bitcoin positions, and I'm never exiting all of my Ethereum, but I definitely will exit everything else. If we see a bear market before 2025, and I think we will, I'm not going to be holding altcoins, and I will be exiting at least half of my Ether and some of my Bitcoin positions, and then I will be reaccumulating during the bear market. I'm not going to give you exact amounts here, of course, because I don't want to disclose what kind of amounts I'm trading with or I've invested in, but you get the idea, you get the point. Okay, this is the next headline here about India starting to use Ethereum blockchain to verify diploma certificates. Apparently, blockchain startup LegitDoc is to implement a credentialing system powered by Ethereum for providing tamper-proof diploma certificates. This is something that we will probably be seeing more of now, because I actually reviewed here another project called Disciplina. I did a review about it and I talked about it in a few different videos. They're building an ecosystem to facilitate safely storing ID and other academic and professional achievements and other credentials on the blockchain so that it could be verified, it could not be altered or tampered with, and it could always be available for either recruiters, people who are looking for the right candidates for job positions, and generally for safely and securely storing this kind of sensitive data. So definitely there is a strong use case for these things, and I'm not going to be surprised if we see more projects coming in that are offering such solutions. In other news, the NBA's Chicago Bulls have launched NFTs depicting 6 championship wins from the 90s via leading e-commerce platform Shopify, of all places. I was actually quite surprised to see that, because Shopify and NFTs, I shouldn't be surprised. Everyone is jumping on the NFT bandwagon right now. But, Shopify is not really known to be exactly for crypto users or anything like that. However, they want to jump in on the bandwagon, and the president of Shopify, Harley Finkelstein, I hope I pronounced his name correctly, announced that NFT drop on Twitter earlier today. This is the tweet. He said, "If you've spent 1 minute on the internet this year, you've seen a lot about NFTs." And he's right about that. At Shopify, we are making it easier for our merchants to sell NFTs directly through their stores, with one of the first being the Chicago Bulls NFT stores. And he's got the link here, so you can go and check it out if you're interested in that. While we're on the topic of NFTs, this is also the next headline, and this is talking about, it's again reported by the Cointelegraph, it's talking about a museum in Russia, in St. Petersburg actually, that is going to be partnering with Binance in order to tokenize Da Vinci, Leonardo da Vinci, and Van Gogh paintings. And if you're confused by my pronunciation, I actually made sure that I checked about the correct pronunciation, and this is how it is, because he's Dutch, and in Dutch the G is not pronounced as a G, it's a H. So it's Van Gogh, guys. Anyway, you can call him Van Gogh if you want. So Binance NFT Marketplace has announced that it's teaming up with the St. Petersburg-based State Hermitage Museum to issue tokenized collectibles depicting the works of renowned artists, including Leonardo da Vinci and Vincent van Gogh. Alright, well, this is it for the news. Now let's take a look at the charts and see. I promised you yesterday that I will be looking at Bitcoin again, and Ethereum I said as well, and Cardano and Chainlink, and we'll see if we're going to look at something else. Now, With Bitcoin, actually, yesterday you probably saw the video, so you knew that I was expecting a pullback, and that's exactly what we got. Let me go on the 1 hour so that we look at kind of a shorter term, because right now I'm actually looking at Bitcoin in the short term. You know that typically I don't really care too much about short-term price swings. I'm more of a long-term trader, position trader, so I look at the bigger picture. But because we have a bit of a movement in the last couple of days, I'm right now looking at short term so that we know what to expect in the short term. Now, what's happening here is that Bitcoin is currently at a resistance level, which it hit already a resistance level, which we expected to get a rejection from there. And I was saying that it will be consolidating for a few days around this price. And this is exactly what we are doing. I mean, this consolidation, of course, involves a drop down and a pull back up and a drop down again and a pull back up. This is how consolidations go. It's not going to go in just a straight line. It's not going to be just going sideways and having the same price, but it is small price changes, as you can see. So we went down, we tried to test support. We actually found support here at the 50 moving average. This is on the hourly, so that's the 50 hourly moving average. This is the EMA, by the way. So this is where we found our support. Then we bounce back up. Now we're going up, and we're going to be going for this resistance to retest it to see if we can actually reach it. We might actually get rejected before we get to this 39,000 resistance level, and we will drop back again. We do have a stronger support here at the 35,000 level, and even stronger support at the 34,000 price level. So these are the support levels that I'm currently looking at. This price level here, 35,500, also coincides with the 100 hourly moving average, so it will definitely be a support. And if we go down there, I expect that we will bounce back up from here. This is in the short term. On the other hand, we are seeing that the MACD is doing a bullish cross here. I talked about this yesterday. I told you that the MACD had grown apart, and that usually they don't stay apart for too long. They go back together. And as they do that right now, they're just about to cross. And when the blue line crosses the red one from down going upwards, that's usually a bullish scenario. So I can expect that over the next few hours, maybe even the next few days, definitely for until tomorrow, let's say, we will be seeing more upward price action if these lines cross. Now, if something happens and Bitcoin drops now suddenly, then the two lines will actually grow apart again. They're not going to cross. They're not going to give me that bullish indicator, and they haven't crossed just yet. So I'm talking a little bit prematurely here, but I'm trying to guess what is potentially going to happen based on these indicators. And this indicator right now is giving me a bullish scenario. Also, what we saw here is the price going down and the volume going down at the same time, meaning that people were not too keen to sell as the price was going down. And this means that if people are not selling too much, then we don't really have too much supply to meet the demand, and the price will most likely continue going up. So in the very short term, I'm bullish on Bitcoin, meaning that I can expect it to go again to the 39,000-40,000, challenge this price range, but I'm also expecting that we will get rejected from there. I'm not really seeing that much volume coming in to really push us above this resistance. So for the time being, we remain between this resistance here of 39,000-40,000 and this support here of 34,000-35,000. This is our support. Now let's look at Cardano. And with Cardano, we are seeing that, let me zoom out a little, we have actually broken above our downward trending line. For a while, we've been going below this. Let me just zoom out properly. Sorry, guys. So zooming out, what I can see here is that we have broken above this trend line here. This was our downwards trend line, our resistance trend line, and this is our support trend line. So for quite some time we were working between these two trend lines. Now we have broken above the resistance, and we are about, what seems like we are about to turn this line into a support. We went very briefly, we went below it for a few hours, and then we managed to climb back above it. So if we manage to stay above this for another day or two, then we are definitely going to confirm this as a support line right now, and it used to be a resistance. So being a support is actually very good for us, because it means that it opens the door for us to start going higher and challenge the next resistance, which I have here at 1.50. So currently 140, 137, 139 proved to be our resistance from where we got rejected, and no surprises there. This is also a psychological resistance level. We went to 140, we dropped, we went to retest support, we found actually the support here at the 200 hourly moving average, and we bounced perfectly from there. And now, as I said, we are establishing this trend line as a support line, so hopefully we are not going to be breaking below this again. But this all depends again on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin makes a strong move downwards, it will pull everything with it. So do not think that Cardano is going to be making very big pumps if Bitcoin is going down. It's not going to happen. It's the same for Ethereum. Let's look at Ether. And what we are seeing with Ethereum is the same thing. It has broken above a trend line, which was the downwards resistance trend line. It has now established it, and unlike Cardano, it didn't actually fall below it. It bounced perfectly from that trend line. It didn't go down to the 200 moving average. It bounced way before that. It actually stopped at the trend line perfectly. So slightly stronger bull action here than what we saw with Cardano, and we are now establishing this trend line as our support, meaning that as we start going down, most likely we will be stopped at this line next time, and then again and then again. The only way for us to break below this trend line would be, again, if Bitcoin makes a strong dump and it drops by 10% or 7-8%, something significant like that, only then we are going to see Ethereum and Cardano as well breaking below these trend lines that they have now established as the new support. And Ethereum actually behaved quite good over the last few weeks. We saw that as it came down to this support here, it established it as a strong support. This is the 1700 range, and it never really broke below it. We did have another support at the 1500 range. I told you that it's not very likely that we will go that low, and luckily we didn't. So we have a double bottom pattern forming here with this price range. So once we actually challenged this in June, 26th of June, and we found the support, then we went up, we got rejected from this price range where we are currently, and we went back down to the support. We retested that support and we confirmed it. This is our support. 1700 is our support for Ethereum. Now that we printed this double bottom formation, this is a very bullish pattern, meaning that I can expect a longer term bullish price action. But of course, this is not in the immediate term. This is kind of a longer term. In the immediate term, what we can expect, and if we have to talk about in the next few hours, we can go even as short as 15-minute candles. In the 15, something that I very, very rarely do. In the 15-minute, we see that we are approaching, the RSI is approaching the overbought region, and also the MACDs are high up here and growing apart. So both of these indicators are not really bullish. So in the very short term, I'm expecting that we can have another dip, maybe go back again towards this green zone here and this red line, our support line, retest it again, and then we can bounce up from there and make another push up towards the resistance, which is at 2500. We are yet to challenge this 2500 resistance. We tried, but we got stopped out at 2400. So we have not been able yet to actually go to this price range here at 2500 and see whether we're going to get rejected. Most likely we will, because as you see, we got rejected even from the 2400. So it's not a very strong bullish price action yet. Okay, the next one that I'm going to look at, let me see, Doge. Let's look at Doge because I know that many people are interested in Doge. And I'm going to go in the 1 hour so that we look at short term, but we're not going to be looking at the 15-minute because, I mean, this is for day traders. And as you know, guys, I don't recommend day trading. Day trading is making too many losses for too many people. It's not really a winning formula. Do position trading or something, slightly longer term. Okay, so In the 1 hour chart, I'm seeing a bullish formation on the MACDs, very similar to what we saw with Bitcoin as well. The MACDs are about to cross in a bullish formation, which is good, meaning that we can expect some further upwards price action here. We can continue the rally in Dogecoin. Dogecoin actually established a very good support here in the 200 hourly moving average. It literally touched it and it bounced up from there. Currently, we are at a resistance, which is proving to be the 20 moving average and also the 50 moving average EMAs. These are they're both at the same price range here. So this is our resistance. But as we can see, we are already going above it. We are already breaking above this resistance. So this is good for Dogecoin, even though it's lost around 10% in the last day because it was at 22 cents yesterday and today is at 20. Let's look at the daily. What we can see. Well, on the daily, it's not looking that bullish to me, I'm afraid. The MACDs have grown apart and they're on the higher end, which means that very soon we're going to see a pullback that will bring them together again. We have broken above this falling triangle that we were forming. This is bullish. So in the longer term, we are actually bullish on Dogecoin. In the immediate term, not so bullish, but in the longer term, we are bullish on Dogecoin. But yet again, Dogecoin is not going to do miracles without Bitcoin going up. If Bitcoin is not going up, Dogecoin is not going to be, pumping that hard unless Elon does miracles. But I think at this point, even a tweet by Elon Musk is not going to push Dogecoin with 100 or 200% like what it's done in the past. I think all of these noobs have already bought Dogecoin. They're either just holding it or they sold it at a loss and they're now out of the game. So I'm not really expecting them to be pumping it as hard as they used to. So now on the longer term in Dogecoin, this is versus Bitcoin, by the way, right now what I'm looking at. The previous chart was Dogecoin in USD. This is Dogecoin Bitcoin. What I'm looking at here is I'm waiting for a breakout from this triangle and hopefully I want to see a break up rather than a break down. And it is likely, it is possible. I'm seeing that we are going in the oversold region on the RSI. We are on the lower end, so that would indicate that we should be going up against Bitcoin. And this would be very bullish for its dollar value as well, because if it breaks up, and starts pumping against Bitcoin, it would definitely be pumping even harder against the dollar. So this is a possibility. Now, another one that I'm going to look at is Litecoin, because it is one of the top coins, and I know that some of you guys are interested in Litecoin and have accumulated it. I mean, it's doing okay. It's doing okay. Also, what we are seeing here, what I like, is that we also printed a double bottom. This is the one and this is the second. This is a bullish formation. This is on the daily, meaning that I'm talking longer term here, not even the immediate term. So in the long term, we are bullish on Litecoin. Let's look at the 1 hour so that we can see what's happening in the shorter term. And in the shorter term, we are also printing a double bottom here, which is also good. So this is, but I mean, this is already in play. This double bottom has already pushed the price up and we are already seeing the results of this double bottom. The MACDs are also already making that cross, that same cross that we've observed with Bitcoin and what was the other one? Was it Cardano or something, Ethereum, I think. So definitely the same cross here. In this case, actually, we've already made the cross, which is bullish, which is good. So I'm expecting Litecoin to continue going up in the short term and possibly challenge this resistance here, which it's formed, which is at around 140. We have gone above all the moving averages. So we have broken above resistance levels here with these moving averages, which is very good. This is on the 1 hour. If I look at the 4 hour, it's pretty much the same picture. With the 4 hour, we are still having one resistance point, which is at the 200 EMA, and we need to break above this in order to go and retest this resistance here. But at the same time, what we're seeing on the 4 hourly is the MACDs are not giving me a very bullish case. It is a bearish cross here that we're seeing with the MACDs. The RSI is on the higher end, even though it's not overbought anymore. It was overbought recently, and this is when we got this rejection here. This overbought region in the RSI was predicting clearly that we will be seeing a pullback in Litecoin. This is exactly what we are seeing right now. I'm not really expecting anything major happening with Litecoin over the next few hours or days, and Litecoin is really following what Bitcoin and Ethereum are doing, so I'm not really expecting miracles from Litecoin either. Let's also look at Uni. It is also in the top coins, and this will be the last one because I'm feeling that this video is getting quite long, actually, around 40 minutes already. I'm gonna try and shorten it, guys, in post-production. Anyways, so what we are seeing on the 4-hour chart here is that we are currently at a resistance point, and this is the 200 EMA. This is our resistance. We are failing to break above it. I mean, we are slightly above it, but as I'm talking right now, we are starting to drop a little bit. So we could actually get rejected from this. We are at this point where we are about to get rejected from this level. Let's see on the 1 hourly and see what's happening here. We are above all of the moving averages. This is good. We established the 200 hourly moving average as our support level, which is what we saw with pretty much all of the other coins that we analyzed here. So no surprises there. Also, we have broken above this downwards trend line quite some time ago, so this is no longer in play. We can cancel that. The moving averages are giving me a bullish cross. This is on the hourly, so in the short term we are bullish. We are going to continue going up. The RSI is in neutral territory, so no threat of getting overbought or, you know, do a drop in the price or anything like that. So bullish for Uni as well. Now, in tomorrow's episode, I will be presenting to you this hardware wallet, which I'm calling the most secure wallet on the market. I'm gonna explain to you exactly why this is, and also I interviewed the key developer of this product so that we can find out all of the different features, everything that you need to know about it. Make sure that you catch this episode because I just came out of a chat in one of the groups on Telegram that I have, and people were asking me about someone had their MetaMask wallet hacked, and they were asking me, you know, how to protect their funds and what can they do and how to recover funds. You know that once you get hacked, you cannot recover with crypto because transactions are irreversible. I also talked about how I got hacked. My Exodus wallet got hacked, and someone transferred whatever coins I had there into Monero and then took it out. So of course there is no way to even trace this or anything. So definitely hacks are still a big threat for us, and everyone is getting hacked. Not only people who have millions, even people who have $5 worth of crypto can get hacked, and it can be stolen because hackers are doing this by random. So make sure that you always protect your funds with a hardware wallet, and there are a few hardware wallets on the market that you can choose from. This is only one of them, but to me this is one of the most secure ones, so definitely try to catch this episode. Well, this concludes today's episode of Crypto Corner, everyone. Thanks for staying until the end of the video. I hope this brought value to you, and if it did, please share it with someone else who would benefit from the information that I shared here. Also, show your support by leaving a like and a comment below. Leaving comments will also qualify you for my summer giveaway. You can win prizes in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and a brand new Ledger Nano S. This is the most popular hardware wallet device on the market. If you're new to crypto, consider getting a copy of my books, Learn Crypto, the Ultimate Beginner's Guide to Investing in Cryptocurrencies, and Crypto Jargon, a complete dictionary of all the crypto terminology that you see in articles, videos, and on social media as well. These two ebooks have already helped thousands of people turn from crypto newbies to experienced investors who know how the markets operate and how to avoid the mistakes that every new investor makes. Links, of course, are in the description below. Make sure that you catch my next episode. If you haven't done that yet, hit the notification bell so you know when I post a new video. And if you want to see more Crypto Corner episodes, just pick one of these.